My name is Andrea McNeese. I have acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I'm from Adair County and I live in Fontenelle. So August 15th, I wasn't feeling well. I had been kind of feeling off all week and finally broke down, went to the doctor and got a phone call from my doctor, who was a childhood friend of mine. And she goes, something's just not right. She goes, I need you to drive to Methodist ER and get checked out. They need to run a few more tests that we can't run. He said, okay. She goes, you have 30 minutes or I'm canceling my vacation. So I went down there. We did all sorts of things. I just kept feeling worse and worse. And essentially, I thought maybe I had like a gallbladder infection. Saturday morning on the 16th, we had came up with an answer. I had leukemia. We didn't know what kind. But at the same time, my platelet levels were really low. And so upon being admitted into the hospital, I got my first bag of platelets from you guys. And over the course of 2 weeks, I needed 12 more units of platelets. So that way I could have procedures done and to even get my platelets up so I could go home to be with my family. In total, I had 13 bags of platelets that were delivered from you guys at LifeServe to Methodist Hospital, along with 1 bag of red blood cells. That allowed my body to help the healing process, especially since I ended up being a very rare case in that my chemo worked too well at first, and so it just bottomed everything out. I needed something more than just your average matched bag of blood cells. I needed to have genetic matchup testing done, which surprisingly only took 4 days, which they told me this never happens. It normally takes a lot longer, and within 3 days from that, we were able to get a matched and have it flown in. And so I'm sure that was all from LifeServe. It is a long road ahead, and it's gonna be a process, and it's gonna be one that over time is gonna still require me to go in periodically and probably need platelets or other blood products throughout the next 2 years. Getting platelets, at first I wasn't really sure what to expect because it does make you a little bit tired. But then it's one of those things when you wake up, you have a lot more energy. And so you can kind of tell at that point, going from having no energy at all to having some, you know that something's working. So right now I'm doing an oral targeted cell chemo treatment that I take every day. We scheduled my next bone marrow biopsy. One really good thing that I heard last week at my appointment, though, was things seem to be going pretty well. I'm not going to rule out the 25% chance you might be in remission. For me, in my personal life, blood donation has always been something coming from a nursing family with my grandma and then going through nursing school myself. I've always known the importance, and it's one of those things where my family was one. They always encouraged my brother and I, and they donated, and they still donate every single time, but they always encouraged us. I wasn't able to because I've always naturally been a little bit anemic, so it was a toss-up whether I could or not, but it's one of those things where going through this and then also watching a community member that we have, it is a huge importance in being able to get that because it impacts how we're able to heal our bodies, how we're able to be home with our families and with our children. That if we didn't have these, we wouldn't be able to be home and might not be around. So it really is important. It's something that, yes, it takes maybe a little bit longer than a whole blood donation, but it's something that you are able to specifically come in, take that time. Most of the time, there's setup stations. Most places you can multitask, or it can be a time to just, okay, I'm going to take time for myself, do a little self-care while I am giving and getting ready to help someone else. A lot of bags here now come with the little thank you card that's attached to those bags. And so as a patient or a person receiving those blood products, we're able to say thank you, which is really nice. I know as we get into the holiday season, a lot of us start thinking about, okay, how can we give back? It's a little bit of a process and it's a little bit of time, but the impact that we can make by donating not only can save someone else's life, but it can help improve the quality of their life.